Your job must be easy, right? It's enjoyable, but it's not easy. As a home personal care supervisor, I usually go into clients' homes to assess their care needs, especially if they have no family or they're isolated. They don't go out, they don't have any friends. You will be the first one that they call. This care is very personal, right? So a lot of times they also are quite emotional, or maybe they are quite depressed. So managing their behavior is also tough.
People have the image that we don't do anything, we are sitting down shaking legs, but that's far from the truth. We provide individualized care, so part of my job scope is to try to build rapport with the residents and to make their stay in the nursing home as homely as possible. Small things which I think it would be comfortable for myself, I will make sure that it wouldn't be for the residents. So certain things like the head position or how their hands are or whether they are lying too low, OCD when it comes to such stuff. Yeah.
Not that easy because we are handling elderly. I assist the therapists, physiotherapists and also occupational therapists. Do exercise with the client for the treatment when they come to the center. We really have to sayang them lah. Got this one Ama lah, she's very cute. Okay, this week I don't want to do, next week I do. She said like that. Then I say, last week you promised me you want to do exercise. This week you make another promise that the next week you will do exercise. No, you can't. I say no, you cannot. So our job is like, at least we must encourage lah. And that is the very difficult part.
Elderlies can be quite demanding sometimes. They want this, they want that. You need to have the patient to understand that they are not like this. It's not that they want to scold you because of their condition. Normally we don't take it at heart because in this industry we need to learn to love them and assist them as much as possible. Yeah.
So there was this auntie where she has major depressive disorder. She will just keep scolding me. She say and she will not be open to answer my questions. Yeah, but there was this one day where she was sitting on the floor, everything, right? So I just sat with her on the floor also. And then I asked her something lah. And then she scolded me, but then suddenly she said like, 为什么我一直骂你，你还来? I told her that, 我来因为我关心你咯. Yeah. I think she got a bit teary lah. I felt like that was a breakthrough moment because she knew then that I cared, and actually she knew that she was scolding me. Yeah, so after that, like our relationship got a lot better, and she was receptive to the help lah that she needed. Yeah.
Do you pity the seniors? It's not pity. I empathize with their condition lah. At their age, going through medical condition and then no family support, living alone at home. I kind of empathize with their, with their condition lah.
I wouldn't say I pity them because I don't think that's what they want. If they know that someone's pitying them, they'll just feel lousy about it. So, I'm just that lousy that you need to pity me, that kind of stuff. There was one particular resident that I was taking care of. So he is a 60-plus-year-old male, and he used to be really aggressive to all of us. He would throw splatter Milo, splatter food at us, and all. And the first reaction that anyone would feel, oh no, I'm trying to help you, why are you doing this to me? Is some sort of anger. So I started to look at his social worker report and the social background. So I understood that he's a firefighter. So he used to be a strong male. Because as for myself, I'm a pretty independent person. So one day if I were to lose my independency, there's something I would feel. So of course you feel frustrated that you can't do anything yourself. So if you think of it in this kind of perspective, you start understanding, maybe that's why he's upset, that's why he's so irritable.
If you don't have good support, right, it can be quite depressing. Yeah, but actually I feel that they are very resilient. So a lot of them, having lost some functional abilities, have found new ways to cope and adapt. I have one client who is visually handicapped, so she is blind, and she was staying alone lah. Yeah, so we came in to assist her with things she really couldn't do, like housekeeping, but she could still do very amazing things. Actually, I don't know how she does it, like cooking. Yeah, she cooks the best chicken soup. Sometimes she'll call us, she was like, 今天有煮鸡汤，你要不要来喝? Yeah, and she also makes very beautiful like beaded baskets that she makes as gifts for people lah. Yeah, and there's actually still a lot of strengths to them.
Is there a senior you will never forget? I think if I have to choose one, definitely there's one senior. I think she's 98 years old. She has dementia, but she's still very she's very jovial. She's like a 老顽童 lah. She will be, you know, like kids, they will sit on the floor and then 我要回家. Yeah. So it's quite an interesting sight. So during the circuit breaker period, unfortunately she passed away in her sleep. So I think when she stopped coming and sometimes the center don't have her noise. Yeah, so sometimes the staff will say, 哎呀，怎么这个阿嬷不在? We miss her loveliness lah. Yeah, in the center. Yeah.
One of the client right now, he's in the center. Even though not time for him to come for exercise, he will come to me. Hey, when can I do exercise? You know, the expression is like so, like you cannot resist one. You cannot like. At least I feel that my service is needed lah.
There's a particular senior that she's still in a nursing home currently. So the kind of care that I got from her is different from the rest, because she talks to me really politely and she's really understanding to most of the nurses. And she will say stuff like, oh, it's okay, take your time, I understand, you know, that kind of stuff. So the fact that she's putting the effort to make her life as the best that she can, despite the situation, that's something I can learn from her. I try to think of it this way, like to be as optimistic as I can, because that's the only way you get to push yourself forward, you know. Whether it comes to like taking care of the residents or my own personal life, it's the same kind of concept. Yeah.
Do you think your job is important? Yes, very important. Because if not for our job, a lot of elderly are not able to stay aged in the community. They will have to be cared for in a nursing home. And actually a lot of times, like, elderly want to be in a familiar environment in the community that they have lived so many years in, you know, and our home care actually enables that.
My job is important because you know that you're being there for people's loved ones and taking care of them most of the time till their last breath. Without my job, I think there'll be a lot of elderly who will be without maybe companionship. They wouldn't have anyone to talk to.
Looking at my age now, I'm also like about there. So I hope the community services is able to have that services for me also lah.
I won't say I'm a hero or what. Yeah, it's just able to help other family to take care of the elders, because we know that family also, caregiver have their own stress. So being able to have that short time of frame of helping to take care of the elders help to relieve this caregiver stress from the family members. Yeah.
Were you always like working in such a sector, or did you switch sector?
No, previously I was working in a cybersecurity area, so I was given opportunity to travel and stuff, but I feel that it wasn't a self-satisfaction, so I wanted to do something more meaningful. So I guess it's more, I feel more happier and fruitful in this community care sector. Yeah.
My family and my extended family were not very supportive. 哎呀 just 拿一个 banking job 啦，你都有 business degree 嘛，为什么你要做这种工？ Yeah, it did affect me back then. Yeah, but somehow, thankfully also, I'm stubborn enough to continue. Not every day you get to do something as a job, as a profession that you love to do. Since we're gonna spend so much of our waking hours like working, right? Why not do something meaningful to the larger community? Yeah.
So I'm currently in the progress of getting my diploma to be a staff nurse. So that was when I had to leave, and on my last day of shift, I had conversations with the elderly, the residents in my nursing home. Where are you going? And they were shocked. What do you mean you're leaving? So yeah, it was emotional, but it had to be done for my career progression. But hopefully when I'm back, those residents are still there and I can still care for them. Yeah.
I wouldn't trade any other job lah. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have no knowledge about being a community care staff. Along the way, you can build up the experience and also the skills. The most important thing that it matters, you have that heart.
When we get engaged with them, we see the joy in the elders, and it kind of like reflected to us that the elder is happy, we are also happy. When the elder say 明天见, I'll see you again, I think we have made someone's day, and this is the best satisfaction we can get from this job lah. Yeah.
Growing old is inevitable, but with the help of community care staff, we can all live well and age gracefully. If you're inspired by the meaningful work they do, find out more about becoming a community care staff at www.borntocare.sg. This video is supported by the Agency for Integrated Care, AIC. Enjoying our series? Watch more Chaosma episodes on the playlist over here. And remember to click the bell icon to get notified for our latest release episodes.